Okay, so work continues, smashing the place up. So this morning I was filming, nice bright and early, and I have to say, this stuff is really great. I don't know where my stand for my camera is, so I'm having to hold it. I've actually been using, let's unstick it and bring it over here on the light. This is the new, where are we? Shine Enhancer. Now the thing with it is, it goes down extremely well. Now don't get me wrong, it will give you a better gloss finish, I think, than if you're using Future or something else like that. I explained during the video of this. It tends to have a thinner coat, it works a lot better, and everything else like that. But if I show you one of the little problems we got without turning the camera off. Okay, so what we've actually have, I don't know if you can quite see it, but it dries quite patchy. That's the trouble we're actually having. You see it, you get the little tide mark. I know the camera, I'm trying to be clever here, manual focus, but you see you get that sort of tide mark across the top. Now when this was drying, it was absolutely like glass, but this area over here, you catch it? That's actually a really nice surface, but unfortunately it's drying back a little bit patchy. Now it's not too much of a problem, but the problem we do have is, you might catch it, it is really, really shiny. To the point of view, it's literally like gloss, which is great if you wanted a nice finish, but from our point of view, we want it to be slightly textured. There's another good example of it down here. You see this sort of patchiness? And it's not drying exactly crystal clear, perhaps, as you would like. You know, it is slightly more of a problem, but generally I think we're going to be okay. It's just going to be one of those things, I think, with this. It's going to be a little bit of trial and error, getting used to the stuff. It's to say it's a lot thinner, so when you're spraying it you have to be careful, because otherwise you're going to get runs very, very quickly. But I have to say, from a point of view of an overall effect and finish, it's not too bad. I think when you get to learn it a little bit more and everything else like that, building it up, I think a little bit lighter layers and stuff like that would be okay. But you can probably see, good example just down here on the tail. If I can get it to lock in, you see how patchy this is just down in here. If I do try and catch it in the light. Okay, again, what's going to happen is you've got this real heavy gloss here along this edge, but the rest of it is quite flat. So what's going to happen is we're just going to end up with a situation where the wash is sticking in some places and not the others. So what I'm going to have to do here is recoat this with satin right the way over it to knock it back, give it some texture, the wash will stick to it, and everything else like that. So there we go. That's generally getting somewhat closer to completion. I'm hoping to have this one sort of done today, as I say, filming permitting. This afternoon with Steve, then you know, obviously we'll do the news show, the various bits and pieces tomorrow, and hopefully it'll all be completely finished by that one. And we might get a little break because they're threatening not to turn up the roofers because the weather forecast for tomorrow is particularly bad. If that's the case, I'll then crack on definitely by doing the photo etch flap set and the other areas which we've actually got for the FW190. So apart from the noise and the crashing and the banging and all the bits and pieces going on, we're actually still managing to get on okay. I hope you're enjoying the Osprey video that went up yesterday. As I say, you might get the next part of this if I haven't got anything done for the other one, but we'll see exactly how we go with that one. So anyway, catch me a bit later where I think we're going to be upstairs. Okay, so here we are, like lunchtime. To be honest, I'm trying to get hold of Steve and I can't get him for doing the Q&A, because obviously we're doing the Q&A this afternoon. And I can't find my stand for my camera, so that's why I'm having to hold it. So sorry if it's a little bit wiggly today. Banging and crashing. To be honest, we've just had a large shower and we've got no roof, so I'm hoping it's not too wet up there. Needless to say, apologies for the audio quality during today's Q&A. You're going to have to put up with it. I'm switching mic. I've got my other little mic down here, this little guy. Now this is a standard condenser mic. It's not as powerful as the one you can see up there on that one. That's the big Rode one. Love that mic. So the audio might be a little bit off as well, but we're going to definitely give it a whirl, see where we get on. So me today, I've been fiddling around. Yeah, it's one fault with this camera, it doesn't like it. I've done a little bit of photo etch work. I've been bending and doing me bit, as you can see down here. I've got another one to do, and the other half, and I've literally just glued this. Now the reason I've done this as well, a little bit of a twofold test, I'm using this stuff, which I normally don't do, but I thought it dries quite quick, it seems quite strong, we'll give it a whirl on photo etch. So that's the first bit with all the ribbing, all the ribbing and the bits and pieces on there like that. Got to do the other bit. My plan is, it's really hard, we haven't got a stand on this. My plan is obviously we're going to do that one, then I know what I'm doing, and away you go. Also, weird thing today, just as I'm waiting for Steve, we'll try him again in a minute, I've had two parcels. I don't want to show you name. Can anybody make head nor tail of what that means, because I've had that one sent back. To be honest, that one went to Norway, and then I've had this one come back today. Okay, so can any of my Norwegian colleagues out there know what the hell these all say? Because I've had two come back from Norway and I can't understand why they've come back same day-ish, and they're back to me. Anyway, let's try Steve again. So here you are, that's live. Let's try him again. Sorry Steve, I'm about to show your thing to everyone. Ah, he's going to answer now. Ah, see, look, there he is, whittling away. See, what he doesn't know is he's on camera. Right, okay, that's it from me. I'll catch you all tomorrow. Me and Steve are now going to do a Q&A show, minus the banging and all the bits and pieces. So we'll catch you all tomorrow. Wave, Steve. Wave.